Okay, good day everybody. Welcome again to another session of In the Kitchen with Martin Kobald. Today I've got a very good dear friend of mine, Chef Majeed Alsabagh. I hope I was...
Alsabagh.
Alsabagh.
Yeah.
Majeed Alsabagh, it's not a difficult name really, it's just me not being really...
Actually,
anyway,
okay.
but we know each other
very close.
we know each other for quite a few years already.
Yes, maybe 8 years now, 9 years.
Are you that old?
2012, I remember.
Are you that old already? Yeah, but we had some great times. I mean, obviously in the UAE,
yes.
Specifically in Abu Dhabi and then also in Dubai. We judged several competitions together.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're also obviously the president of the Syrian Culinary Guild based in Dubai.
Yes.
And you're also a World Chef's Master Chef, certified World Chef's Master Chef. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So, Majeed, and you also like on social media, you like the king. You you showed me a lot of tricks yesterday again, so I'm very happy for that. So thank you very much. So it's tell me a little bit about yourself. Things I don't know yet.
Yeah. First of all, I'm very happy to be with you. And of course, regards to all the people who's watching and following you. And of course, you are a very famous, well-known chef. And I used to be like a student following you when you were judging. And we've been before as a shadow judge or a rookie judge. And we learned from that. So you're also a person who giving support to the chefs around the world. I know from our friends or even from you when we sit and talk about like what you did before and how you support and your school what is doing, and of course your like history in South Africa and such. So our job is it's about what you give. It's not only what you get. I am Majeed Alsabagh from Syria, living in UAE since 1997, now almost 25 years.
Wow.
Married with 3 lovely not anymore kids. Yes.
Yeah, they're teenagers already, aren't they?
I'm not like
it's getting easier.
But I got married early.
Yeah.
That's why. So I have 5 kinds of job. Like I have to be in this jobs from day to day. Beside, like we do another like freelance or whatever. So the main thing is like I'm the F&B consultant in the Sharjah Ladies Club, one of the biggest ladies club in the region.
The Sharjah Ladies Club.
Yeah, it's belong to.
They must all be very happy to have a good-looking chef like you there as consultant.
Yes, and it is a government company, and we do very good different thing there because it's not like any job. It's really a big challenge with which I like. I love to be in challenge. To work as a chef, you may know that's very well. Like to be a chef that you can't meet directly your customer, and to make the ladies like happy, and that's also not easy, especially with food.
Okay.
So I took the challenge, and I am there. As I said, I start with them as a sous chef. Now I am the F&B consulting for the place. I have my own center, I can say, which place where we do classes, workshop, consultancy for the hospitality field, and which called CIC, Chef International Center, based in Sharjah in UAE. I have a TV program, and with the government TV, I have. I'm an author. I'm writing in the magazine, like in monthly. I have to do it monthly, and I have 4 books, actually in Arabic, because we may talk more about that, like what's my target and why I go with this with Arabic. Let us say more.
Sure.
And beside of that, I have to manage and be a good father and husband.
And your day, obviously, it sounds like it's not 24 hours; it's 36 hours days you got. Because you gotta have to, because all the things you do, it's just too much.
I used to that. I'm okay. Many comments came even from my friends, like how you can manage that. I'm okay. I'm still okay. I think you said I'm looking nice. I feel boring in the if I have nothing to think about it or do it. Still, and this is very important for people who's afraid to be a chef. Still, I have a day off. Still, I have a family time. still I respect this one and I have to do it, and I hope I'm doing well, that no one can disturb me when I'm with my family or when I have this time for my family. So the thing is, if you want to do something, you will have time to do it.
That's it. It's so important.
Yes.
It's so important to bring balance into your life. I mean, we chefs, I think we're born to be chefs in a way, and we know we have to work hard to get somewhere. You're not for nothing, the president of the Syrian Culinary Guild, and you're also not for nothing a qualified, certified world chef's master chef. I mean, that doesn't come from just sitting around at home or cooking in one little restaurant. So you need experience, you need to be everywhere, and that's so important. So thank you for saying that, because as a chef you must not be shy to work, but what's very important, you still need to find that balance where you have like your day off and spend time with your family. Because unfortunately, I'm sure you as well, we know many chefs who their partnerships don't work because their wives or their partners, be it male, female, it doesn't matter, they're not in the industry, they don't understand the way we work. And we work 10, 12, 14 hours, sometimes 24 hours or whatever, and if we don't come home, they start moaning, So it's very important to find that balance. So you're right,
yeah. Now, according to my experience, of course, the things change from the early days. Like, we used to spend long time in the kitchen, we have to be there, you have to control. 14 hours it's the normal thing to do, 12 or 14 hours a day. And somehow my wife become chef or in this field, or she's doing more work with the ladies and with the kids, and maybe this helped me, but this happened a few years ago. I mean, she was a good supporter for me in the beginning. But what I want also to say, because we're going to talk about these days, it's not about the time, it's about the value of the time. I mean, okay, maybe you stay in the kitchen or in the restaurant 15 hours or 16 hours shouting, which not anymore work.
Doesn't happen,
And maybe you can control with the technology, with the nice leadership from far away, or in somehow, I don't know what it is exactly, because there is many, and still you manage the work, and you have a team, and you have people that you can turn your back to them, and they will do the job as well. So training is very important, education is very important, time management is very important, getting a nice people around you is very important, giving is very important. We go back to this. You have to give, then you will get.
Exactly. There's one sort of French terminology in our kitchen which comes to mind: mise en place. If you can't put out meals without the mise en place, and it's exactly, if you bring that back to life, like you're demonstrating it now, it's exactly what it is. It's mise en place. It's preparation for your daily being, and then you can take even more challenges on, and that's the fun part, and that's the creativity of a chef, I think.
Yes.
But obviously we're here at the Expo Culinaire 2021 in Dubai today, and it's just amazing. And for me, that I was invited to come here to judge that competition again in the middle of the pandemic, or like not the middle, we're like sort of on the way out, and that's what it proves to me. Like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and seeing all the chefs around here, the exhibitors, everything, the standard is still fantastic here in Dubai. Of course, the competition is much smaller this year because of what we went through now the last year and a half. So now 2020 and now beginning of 2021, it's been a very, very hard year for us globally in the culinary industry. How did it affect you personally, and what do you think the next 2 years will bring? And how did it affect Dubai, the culinary trends in Dubai? How did it affect it?
So let me start with myself, or my experience. Now, after almost 1 year, because we start the pandemic on 16th of March.
Okay.
Like in UAE, let me say. So it's almost 1 year and a few days more. So it was very strange. No one, I think, in the world was expecting this is going to happen, especially for the hospitality field, because everyone say food will not stop. People will not stop eating. So things happen. This should give us a very clear message. Okay, and who did not get it, he should understand it now, even if it's late. So, in one day, like we have a meeting with the manager and the board, and they say we're going to close tomorrow, not even like next week.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so what? Nothing clear. How? We don't know. What to do with the stuff? Nothing. Okay, now back to my personal business, my own business. We do workshops with the schools. We do with the kids. We do with the Ministry of Health. We do with different community, ladies, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing, not anymore. Not allowed. You have to be at home before 6 o'clock. And in the daytime, I mean, your movement is not easy. Like I'm in charge, I can't come to Dubai if I don't have reason. So yeah, it was very strange. Not strange, it's very strange. It is something like we just talk. Chef is 12 hours outside at home, and you
All
have 24 hours sitting at home.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the most difficult part. Yeah.
So again, now there's many positive things for me. Like I can sit and I realize what happened, and it was okay. We lost a lot, but we get something which we will never realize it if this thing not happen. So please be positive always.
Yes.
After 2 weeks or 10 days, because I used to do Ramadan show like in TV or especially now in social media and Instagram, whatever. So that was not possible because I couldn't do the shooting. So yes, we start to think like very fast to shift and do something else. So immediately we start to know people sitting at home. No one is allowed to go out. I start to give some classes talking about hygiene, talking about sanitizing, and I start to say chef used to do this every day, not only because of Corona. I start to inform people this is what we do in our kitchen.
Yeah.
We do sanitizing, we clean our hands, we wash our hands, we do this thing. That's normal for us. So now you have to do it at your home. Then, so it was good. Then after that, I made the program called Ramadan with Majeed from home. So I used to be casual, without the jacket, sitting at home, wearing the apron, cooking with the kids in the balcony, in the sitting room, and we do some recipes which will help the body immunity, whatever, and it was very good.
Yeah.
Back to the workshops, which we used to do it for 10, 12 person, then we start to do online. And somehow, yes, I am a classic guy. I like to see face to face and talk. You feel this thing. But okay, I should not stop. So we start the online workshop, and actually also like instead of 12 person in your class, we have 150 in the online, and we have from different countries. I have from Egypt, from Saudi, from Syria, from Thailand, from Switzerland. I mean, people living out, and they just watching you. So we have to learn from that. This is something. It was out of our hands, but we used to be as a chefs. We used to the challenges.
Yeah.
And you have to be part. You have to take this challenge and accept it. Otherwise, you are not part of it. In the business-wise, yes, maybe I think since years, this is the first time the hospitality field has this big effect.
Yeah.
You know, no airports, especially if you talk about UAE, it's working because people is coming from outside and moving, and it's very open country for others. So yeah, many hotels closed, many hotels cut the business down, so they cut the staff. Many of our colleagues, they lost their job. And somehow everybody affected if you talk about money, because the salary were cut or no salary.
Okay.
And
so what did people do, for example, they lost their jobs? Did they have to leave the country as well?
Yes, there is people who left the country, there's people who found job in another countries, there's people who start their own business.
Okay.
Because, see, people, different people and different idea, and many of it worked. I mean, still, we are talking about after 1 year, and okay, we had a tough time. Okay, many people lost job, many people maybe got a difficult time. We did some community as a chefs. We met each other. We tried to support and help. Not only, sometimes by money or by giving a basket of food or something, and of course by like finding a job or supporting them. Some people, they come with a great idea, they start to do something on social media, and some people, they start
to cook
mention
one of those
home.
What comes to mind of the good ideas. And what we're trying, we obviously for our listeners in the podcast, we also want them to get inspired, of what you've done. Well, I mean, you've done so much. I know. I mean, I follow you on social media. Even during the pandemic, you've done your shows. Obviously, I'm not watching the Arabic shows because it doesn't really much benefit to me because I don't understand the word you're saying. But obviously, you got the followers. You got, you were very lucky that you started that long before the pandemic. So that helped you. But what advice would you give to a chef who's maybe just on Facebook and like once in a while sends a picture of this beautiful plate he makes or whatever, and is not really in that social media forum as such, So just one or two advices, or good ideas, what you came across, we said, wow, this guy did great or whatever, and it's a fantastic idea. Maybe we can...
So you want ideas to use the social media in correct
not necessarily,
way, or to be there.
Maybe an example, what one of your colleagues, one of your friends, in UAE, what you thought, that was a great idea, I'm happy for him or whatever, something. Maybe we can inspire somebody who's
now.
done.
So now it's not about name because there's nothing in my mind. Of course, there's many, but
sure.
no one in my mind. Now it is about social media. We all agree.
Sure.
It's part of the life now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if really, especially for people who started, maybe for us, we are in a level that we know our ways, or we no more choices. Let us say, still there, we still do new things. Yeah. But I mean, we satisfied. We are clear with the families. We know. Yeah. We and somehow we are okay. So I'm talking about the new chefs or the young chefs or like this. It's different now from the classic way what we start. Social media is part of it, but please don't be in the fake one.
Yeah.
And everything need to study.
Yeah.
Don't think the thing easy, like you just catch the phone and Instagram, then you just make a post and you think it will do something. Yes, it may do, but it's not a business part. Okay, you can enjoy it as a fun, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But if you want to take it part from your business, and which you should do, this is my advice, you have to study it. In the pandemic, I got chance. I love to read. I used to read, and you should read whatever your time. Don't say I don't have to read. Read whatever you like. It's not necessary to read a history book or whatever. Read whatever you like, but read. Yeah. Okay. So in this time, I got chance to read more and to study another things, which it was not in my. So I did many courses about marketing and about social media, how to use it, how it will be effective. The very good thing now, everything is easy. Yeah. Before, my salary, let me talk this very clear. I start with salary 1,500 dirhams, which means almost 400 US dollar. Yeah. I used to buy book for 200 US dollar because I want to see something which half of my salary. Yeah. Now you can open your mobile and search for any recipe. Yeah. You follow a big chefs and you get whatever you need. So now you open your mobile and you check about social media. You need to ask about something, just take 10 minutes from your time and check it. So take it in the right way and do it, because it's very, very, very important. Don't post photos not for you. Yeah. Never do that. Otherwise you mention this is for this person. There is something you should do, because in one day you will become a big chef and you will start to love out yourself. Why I did this before. And yes, I mean, in our work now, work now, this is important. You have to use it in your marketing, in your restaurant, in your hotel. And by the way, no one know how to do it correct as you. Yeah. So if you want to bring a photographer or marketing department in your hotel or restaurant to do it for you, to do photo shooting or posting, you are the one should be the leader. You lead it. Exactly. You lead it by yourself. Don't allow them to do it for you. So you have to study that. you can't be any more chef who's cooking. Otherwise, you are cook.
Yeah.
If only you are cooking, yes, that's part of your job. You have to do nice food. Mama make nice food for the children at home. What's the difference?
Yeah.
To be a chef, you have to be part of you has to be a nutritionist or doctor. Part of you has to be a finance man. Part of you has to be a good eye with artist with nice.
An educator, basically.
And this is very important.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were talking about the experience, and I open many tasks during this social media thing. I open many tasks. One time I was asking like just a question, free question for everybody. It's important for the chef to have experience or to get a certificate. And lots of opinion, yes, no, certificates very important, experience not important, experience. So both is very important. You should study, you should have a certificate and from the right place, okay, from a good teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, and you should have experience which will come with the days, and of course it will grow, also with good people.
Yeah.
You should have always a good teacher. You have to follow a good teacher. So yeah, this is some advices. I hope that I talk about it in many. But I want to cover about the Arabic. Why Arabic?
Yeah.
Maybe since we met in the first time and you were judging, and I was trying to do the Syrian Guild and do something for the, let me say, Arab world or Arabic chefs. This, when I start to be involved in the world chefs activities or whatever, I feel a little bit sorry why the Arab world is not there.
Yeah.
Or is not there enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were there, but with
Sure.
So this let give me an idea, or also push me that you have to do something, and we repeat it for the third time. You have to give. So I start to do that. I found in somehow there is a problem with the language, because also it's not easy for everyone to know the English or to understand English or feel comfortable to study English. And if we take it also in Arab world, unfortunately, now I hope this changed. The work to be a chef or to be a cook is not something very. It's not a good job that much.
Sure.
No, you go. You have to be a doctor. You have to be an engineer. Okay, they don't give enough respect for that. If they will say something good about chef, these people taking good money. That's only what they know. They don't know how you work.
Yeah. But it's also not true in most of the world.
Yes.
Most of the chefs don't make a lot of money.
Not in any place of the world, because to become a chef and get nice money, that's a long journey.
Yeah,
you cannot start from tomorrow after the school and you can. So there were many people in this world, in hotels and restaurants and small cafes, cafeterias, whatever. They are not educated. Even maybe Arabic, they don't know how to write.
Sure.
So these people were in my study. And I feel that I have to target them. I have to go to them. I have to help them. So that's why I work more with. Anyhow, it's my mother language. It's my
absolutely,
language. So I feel, and even in my Instagram, I know you can't read it. It's written in Arabic.
But there's a button that translates, so I can read some of it.
Yeah. So when I say the slogan is telling the good people who's good for the people.
Okay.
And so you have to be good for others, then you are good. So
such an important message.
Yes. So I feel like if I do it in this area or part or language or whatever, I'm really giving benefit to people around me. Still, English is important. Even me, like if I will advise anyone from the young generation, you have to take care about your English. Maybe I did not get the good chance to learn the English in the early days in my school, let me see, which I get it later with old age, I can say. But it's important to know language. But of course, no one is perfect, no one is complete.
No, but you speak perfectly English. I mean,
don't feel like if you don't know English, then you can't do. But if you don't know how to sell your shawarma sandwich, the tasty one, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can be a cook, but you can't be a chef.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's amazing. I mean, your story is just unbelievable. But I'd just like to give one or two steps behind now or back. like you were talking about doing the TV shows, and especially during the pandemic now, and educating the general public out there. And I think this is something I'd like to touch on that, because a lot of chefs don't realize through the pandemic of how much social media was done in that respect, showing the general public our little secrets, what we normally cook in the back of the kitchen. And so many normal people, and I say that with all respect, we are normal people, we're chefs, but people who are not working commercially in the kitchen started cooking shows, started baking, starting like general cooking, traditional cooking. Now, for me, the danger is, and I had that through another interview recently, where we discussed the fear we need to have as chefs. And I go back as education again, we need to always keep on educating ourselves as well, because now the general public is so much more educated about the food out there. Back are the days where, people went to the restaurant, they said they ordered a steak and they ordered a steak medium, and then they came back and it came big, medium, well, and they didn't know if it's now medium or what. They just heard medium somewhere, but it comes well done to the table, and they don't know. But not anymore. You can't fool the customers anymore. The customers are highly educated. Yes. So what I'm saying is that we as chefs, and that's again something what's sometimes lacking, where the chefs are just standing behind the stoves and doing the things or whatever, and not using the time we have now, the reading, coming back to the reading. Read the books. Doesn't matter what you read, but read the books so you get educated more. So you can't be fooled. We are the professionals. We're professional chefs. So we need to know more than the general public.
Of course.
And through that last year now, I think the general public got so much more educated about food. So there's a flag out there that, guys, chefs, go get yourself even more educated, because we're still the professionals.
Yes.
So I think this is definitely a fact. What we need
now,
to do.
this is a very, very important point. And somehow, maybe it's our mistake as a chefs that we did not take care, or we still not taking care of introducing our profession to others.
Sure.
They still think, as I said, like, hey, okay, he's preparing nice food. Thank you. Okay, he's a cook behind the casserole, and he makes soup. No one knows what's the difference between, like, when you go details, like what's the stock and what's the powder, what's the fresh, what's the demi-glace, whatever. Now people, they start to get about it. As they say, it's everything easy. So any house lady at home, when she hears demi-glace, she can search and go back and know what it is exactly. So when the problem is, when she go to a restaurant and somehow, or she meet a chef and she ask him, what's Spanish demi-glace, and yes, this is
and it's embarrassing for our profession.
This is very important thing to talk about, chef, and thank you for to bring this point. I ask many of my students or colleagues or whatever, now you go to the kitchen inside your team, 10, 20, whatever chefs, and ask them a question, what's the recipe of mayonnaise or hollandaise? Okay, and you will find like maybe 10% they will give you answer, maybe not. Okay, now why? Because we bring ready. We have mayonnaise in the store.
Comes in a bucket.
We have the hollandaise ready. We have microwave in the kitchen. That's why in these days, in some countries, we don't have chefs. We have labor using microwave. Okay, and this is out of what we are discussing. That's something else. Now, back to the fake and right. Everybody can cook. Everybody can cook, okay? And everybody love to cook. Even people who say, like, I never cook, I don't like the smell of the kitchen. Still, and sometime, they went inside the kitchen and they made a small sandwich. And everybody like the nice food. Whatever you like, by quantity, you like it, by taste, still you love food. And you have to eat 5 times or more or less every day. So, chefs is different. Chefs is not a person who only preparing food. Part of your job to prepare food, and nice food also. Okay, but there's many things else. Otherwise, you are cook, and you just do it because you are waiting for your salary, and you will be success in this one, in this level. And the same, if you leave this job and you go to work in cleaning of the windows, also you will be okay, and you will be in this level. Chef is something completely different. I did not choose it. That's long history. It's not the right time maybe to talk about how I become chef because it's not what.
That would be an interesting topic one day. Maybe we must do that.
Yeah, maybe we will talk about it. But when I started, I said I have to be successful.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm very proud of it. Very proud. I can't tell how much.
Yeah.
I go to any. I'm not like in my official job position. I'm not chef. I'm F&B consultant.
Okay.
I go to any meeting, whatever the person I'm going to meet with a white jacket.
Sure, absolutely.
This is my uniform.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm very proud of it. I feel very confident when I talk about my career, when I explain what it means to be a chef and what's important or how much important this job. So if you start to think this way, you will be a success. That's of course, with any other job. I mean, any job.
Yeah.
If you want to be a success, you have to take it from the part which you can say right part, study whatever. In the chef, it's very nice and different. Why? Because you have to educate, you have to get, you have to study, you have to get experience, and in the end, it's hospitality.
Yeah.
Remember always hospitality. You have to give. Okay, it's not business will come, money will come.
Sure.
Money will come, but it's not like 1 + 1 is 2. No, it's hospitality. We sell hospitality,
That's
and
it.
we get money because people happy.
That's it.
Yeah.
And only if the people are happy, they will pay us. But I take it even a step further. I mean, we're not going to give your age away. I'm not going to give my age away. We know we're still young and we can still do it. But the thing is, we qualified many years ago as qualified chefs. But I'm very privileged. I've got a cooking school in South Africa, and I'm very privileged to every year produce a good bunch of good quality chefs for the industry in South Africa. But every time when I happen to be in South Africa and I talk to my students, especially in graduations, when they get their certificate after 3 years. Thank you very much, chef. So the first time I call them chef, because they are qualified chefs now, but there's this big but then coming, I qualified in 1986. That's when I qualified. So that's part of my speech. When I talk to them, I congratulate them to their education, to their graduation, and I call them for the first time with chef. And I said, but remember, I qualified in 1986, and today still I'm an apprentice. I'm still learning every single day. And that, I think, it's so important to realize as a chef, because we're trainees all our lives, and that's so exciting about our industry, because we learn every single day.
Every day.
But you have to walk around with open eyes and with an open mind and talk to people, network to people, and that's, I believe, it's so important and so exciting. That's why I love that industry. And yes, we went down, that last year with the pandemic, most probably more than any other industry, because not just because the business went down, but morally went down, because we were not allowed to do anymore what we love doing. And that for me, it's so important for the chefs to just keep on going and learning. I could not, and I'm sure you're the same, I could not sit from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5, or in your case, in front of a computer and just go like this.
That's what we have now.
Yeah.
That's why Expo Culinary is working, or the Salon Culinary.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't make it as normal.
Yeah.
So people is following now it, and it's live. So it's a big thing what Emirates Guild did.
Yeah.
I mean,
so huge.
Okay, if it doesn't work as before, there's another way to work. And chef, or this kind of job, it's for people who like challenge, who has open mind, who has flexibility, and who is ready for changes and for unexpected things.
Yeah.
This is the job. If someone thinking to be a chef, don't think about the long hour, don't think about the big income, think about the challenge and the exciting you will have in your life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And the friendship and the network we've got globally, you can build up. So talking about now the young chefs, and obviously the industry being down again, and obviously there's a lot of people out there who in their mind want to become chefs, but now saying, that industry is like really down now. Will it ever make? You think You think the hospitality industry will survive? You know, they're sort of thinking what the youngsters have today. What's your opinion about it? I mean, for me, hospitality industry, what we do, chefing, will always be around.
Yes.
So what's your opinion?
Now, I'm not sure if this all around the world, but let me say about my experience in the Arab region, whatever. I see the opposite. Because the issue, it happened with all the business, not only, okay, maybe the first time with the hospitality that much.
Yeah.
Okay, but other also things. Now we can see also the academic work, let us say, like engineer or whatever, the academic profession, is not anymore also like before. I mean, we all know about the studies like now, and in 2030 or 2040, how many job will not be anymore there. Yeah. No need for them. There is devices, there is mobiles, there's something, but machine will not cook like us. So I still have like people who want to study. Maybe the lack of money, maybe the difficult of communication. Maybe people like the young generation or people who want to study, they feel like I cannot do it now because it's online, no use of it. But still, I think there is people who love to do it. And this, I'm talking about Arabic region because, as I said before, this kind of job was not much respected. Now it's different, and even in UAE, if you're talking about 5-6 years before, there was no single Emirati lady or man cooking, or if they do, it's something.
So it's only expats coming in.
Now there's many of them.
Yeah.
Who are studying, who open his business, and who's trying to be a professional chef. There's a few of them in the 5-star hotels, okay, and they are doing well. So the concept or the thought is changed. So still they are there. Maybe this come together, like more people want to become a chef and they love this thing. The issue would happen like COVID and effect. So this support that to keep it. In my opinion, it's still there. Maybe it's step little back for because of the issue and the communication and this. My son is studying hotel management, and we couldn't send him out to study because of the closure. So it happened. So he lost, let us say, 6 months. But now he's again there.
But there is a future.
Yes, always there is a future. And you can be a chef, and you can be another thing else also. But you will not be, because if you become a chef, you will not leave this job. And we have many friends who was something else. He come in the hospitality, let us say, owner or chef or manager in somehow. It's very nice job. I advise people to be in it. I did not push anyone, even my son, to take it. I leave it for him, and he has another choice, and we work for that when he finished the grade 12. And after, he realized he wanted to be in this one. And I'm happy now. I can say I did not push him to do that, but I'm happy now he's in this field. It's very nice. We travel, we enjoy our life, and also in the same time we are working.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, this is your work. If you take it in this way, it's very nice.
I mean, we are so blessed, really, and having a job which we really love and having passion for it, I know so many people outside of the hospitality industry, they're hating their job. Every day they wake up in the morning, I must go to work again. I love it. I love going to work. I really love going to work. Because we've got such a great community, we've got a great job, and you know what? There's nothing better than pleasing other people.
Of course.
Creating a great meal, talking to friends like yourselves, and then waking up in the morning with a big smile and then proudly wearing our white jackets. This is so nice. I've heard chefs saying, as soon as they get out the kitchen, they take the jacket off and put their private clothes on when they go out. And I said, why? Why are you doing this? No, but I can't be seen in my chef's jacket. Be proud. Then I believe straight away, change your occupation, do something else, because you're not a chef.
Yes.
And it's harsh, but this is what it is. Yeah. Being a chef, being a cook, being in the hospitality industry, it's a blessing. It is. I really think it is.
Maybe in some countries, and we can see this, especially I think in Europe, America, many people, because they did not get another job, they go to work as a cook.
Yeah.
Okay, they work behind the grill and they do the burger and give. yeah, this is a part of their life. Maybe they do it because
there's
of the
nothing wrong with
needs,
that.
because of the money. There is no needs. Maybe they make nice food. They can carry on.
Absolutely.
Okay. They can change it when they. But we are here talking about studying, education, continue, and being a chef.
Yeah.
That's the message what we are trying
Well,
to
Majeed,
cover.
I thank you so much for your messages, and
I have to thank
and I'm
you.
sure there's going to be a lot of people out there going to listening to that podcast and watching us, really sitting here in the middle of Dubai in that beautiful function room. Much smaller competition, but nice
Still
competition. Great standards, fantastic plates around here, and I thank you. I thank you for your time.
I have
and,
to thank you.
Well,
Yeah, this
our
is my
friendship
pleasure.
is forever.
I'm very happy that I'm your guest, and of course, regards to all the people who's following you, and I have to appreciate that because I mean, I was a demi chef when I come to the stage, and you were on the stage. You give me the medal in I think 1999 or 2001, something like this. Yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
So that's see, this is the chef. How much I feel proud when I'm sitting with my judge and doing this one.
Majeed, thank you so
Regards
much,
to
yeah.
all of you, and thank you very much again.
Well, thank you, Chef. Much appreciated. Well, thank you, everybody, and welcome again to In the Kitchen with Martin Kobald. And that was another great episode. Some great inspiration, some great motivation for the chefs out there and for the future chefs out there. So please keep on watching. Chef, thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.